What is up, YouTube? It is your boy DB, and we are back with another view, another stream, another whatever you want to call it. Right now, I'm going to be talking about my first thoughts on the Travis Scott Utopia album. And first off, I just got to say, thank you, my God. I am definitely, hold on, let me see something if I can, there we go. Let's fix that a little bit. Thank you, LaFlame. You definitely delivered on this one, and let's just say I've been waiting 5 years for this album to drop, and I am not disappointed. I'm actually overwhelmed with how good the album was. Me and my wife got tickets for the just a little slight so you can see my face just a little better. That's better. There we go. Now, you know what? Sorry guys, I know it's my first stream, so not my first stream, but like, you know, in this area. So there we go. This is perfect. I want to talk about the Utopia album. I freaking loved it. It was great. But me and my wife got tickets to the Circus Maximus movie, which came out. It came out at 10:20 the night that the album came out, and it was freaking perfect, man. It just went so crazy with the album. It was insane, and we didn't know what to expect walking into it, but leaving we were just like, dang, this is crazy. Started off with him walking around, and he looked like, you know, he didn't know where he was going, kinda, but he was on his way to somewhere. He was like walking through caves and stuff, and then out of nowhere he just gets like snatched up by a giant octopus. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I saw the trailer for Circus Maximus, and it looked like a weird, like, Kanye Vision type of a movie. You didn't know what you were gonna get from it, and I wasn't ready to sit through like an hour and a half of just like an art. No offense, I don't care if it's Travis Scott, I don't care who it is. I'm not down for like, I'm just not, that's not me. I'm not there for the artistic visuals when it comes to like that weird shit. It's just not me. But I am down for like the eerie kind of WWF, kind of like euphoric opium style that Travis Scott brings, that makes you fiend for more when it's done. And it was that, man. It was kind of, Circus Maximus was kind of like a concert of the album. So me waiting so long for this album, we get to go to the movie the day that it's gonna drop, and we basically get to hear the album before everybody else, which was fire. Like, you pay the money, we had to drive an hour and a half away to get there, and it was worth it because we got to hear the album before it came out, and we got to see the visual of the album. And it just like, it helps for the whole experience. The only critique I have, and this isn't with Circus Maximus, this is with the album itself, is that the album didn't start off with Until Further Notice the way that Circus Maximus did. Now, like, especially for me, that hit so hard, the way he says, like, where do you go now that you're done with me? Because like, me, I wasn't done with Travis Scott, but he wasn't dropping anything, and to me, he's my favorite artist. It's been a while since somebody's come like Travis Scott, and it took my full attention, and I can't really listen to anything else the way I listen to Travis Scott. Like, Travis Scott's usually on repeat, but the last 5 years, once I ain't gonna lie, like, Astroworld wasn't my favorite album, neither was Birds in the Trap. I'm more of like a Rodeo, Days Before Rodeo, Owl Pharaoh, shit like that. Like the dark, kind of Jamaican style voice he used to use with like that darkness. Like, we just climbed out of hell, and we're gonna tell you what it looks like. I'm a real God-fearing person, so like sometimes I like to, I don't know, I have like this weird, like, it's not an obsession, but I have like I'm interested in seeing what hell looks like sometimes, basically, as being God-fearing, because I don't want to go to hell, and I need reminders of why I don't want to go to hell sometimes. And that's just kind of how I look at Travis Scott's music as a whole. It's kind of like hellish, really hellish. And he kind of lost his way when after Rodeo. Rodeo was perfect, but then Birds in the Trap, like, I waited so long for that album, and then when it dropped, it was just a bunch of like club bangers. I don't know, it just didn't feel as good as Rodeo did the first time I heard it, but it was still great. Then when Astroworld came out, it was like a huge letdown for me because like at the time, everybody and their mother loved Travis Scott at that time. And it was like, oh, like he got down with the Kardashians, which I didn't want. I felt like the person that was like, it's like when you find something first and you don't want to share it with everybody, kind of, you know? It's like, I ain't gonna lie, all my friends used to hate Travis Scott when he first came out-ish, around like Antidote, because I was bumping him so heavy, and they just didn't get it yet. And then by the time Astroworld came out, all my friends loved him too. And it was just like, bro, y'all wasn't even fucking with him before he was fucking with the Kardashians and doing the Astroworld shit and making Jordans that are actually making y'all money. Because if these Jordans weren't selling for no money, y'all wouldn't even buy them shits. No bullshit. But he just felt like he felt like kind of unobtainable at a time. You know what I mean? Like he was on a whole nother level. And then when the tragedy happened at the Astroworld concert, I felt like, all right, now let's see where the real Travis Scott fans are. Where y'all at? And y'all all ran away, and y'all all were talking shit, like I expected, because y'all not real true fans. I'm not saying you specifically listening. I'm just saying the world in the whole. Anyways, then this drops, and it's like when Circus Maximus opened. It opened with, where do you go now that you're done with me? And it felt so personal for me because I was in music limbo at the moment. And I'm like, damn, my whole life, thinking about it, like, my whole life has changed drastically since 5 years ago. I had my first kid. I own my own store now. I kind of own my own destiny. And it's just, everything's different. I had a whole full-blown pill addiction that I've kicked and went through the highest of highs of that to the lowest of lows and trying to climb back out of it. And I have. It's been almost 2 years, you know? I've been good. And, you know, everything's changed now. And now he's back. And I wanted to see if it would have the same effect that it did the first time around. And it did. Straight up did. And I'm so happy for that. So the album starts off with a banger, Hyena. And in the Circus Max, I'm gonna keep going back to the Circus Maximus movie, I'm sorry. But in the movie, it starts off with Until Further Notice, where it's like, what have you done now that you're done with me? Where did you go now? Like he cares. Like he wants to see what is everybody doing now that nobody fucks with me no more. And then he kinda like, you know, he's like, you know what? Let's get to it. Song first song on the album, Hyena, and what a banger, dog. The way that beat comes in is just insane. And in Circus Maximus, he's in Africa, like riding on this giant like van thing. It's like, picture when a sports team wins the championship and then they go on the parade the next day. They're riding on like a float almost. But it's like an African float almost, and it's got like sheets coming around the windows and stuff, and it's like a double decker and everybody's sitting kind of on top of it. I think there's some elephants. I might be wrong that are following. It's definitely people walking in front of it. It's like a tribe. And everybody's kind of like, you could tell they all fucking with Travis Scott. Like that's his African crew that he rolling with. That's where he went. He went to Africa after the tragedy happened, and he went to go shoot this movie / album. Now, that just brought a thought to my head. Me included, gave him a hell of a hard time because it took 5 years for it to come out. I was just talking to my wife yesterday about this, that, you know what? Think about it. He had to create this whole album and then figure that this is gonna be the songs that he goes with on the album. And then he had to go shoot a whole movie for it, you know? So that took some time. It's not easy to go shoot a whole movie, especially the way they shot it. It wasn't like a one area type of movie. It was weird, but it was dope. It probably cost a lot of money, and it probably takes time to do shit like that, is what I'm saying. So I feel bad for like kind of being mad that it took so long to come out, when it's like, oh, okay, I see what you did. It was well worth the wait. So the album starts with Hyena, like I said. That shit is a banger. Love it. 10 out of 10 for sure. Then the next song is Thank God. And it's like, it's a great song, you know what I mean? It's like He's happy to be alive. It should give you inspiration to be happy to be alive type of song. It's like it's dark and eerie, but it's like a hopeful song kind of. Then comes Modern Jam. Modern Jam is like the banger of all bangers on it. Hyena goes hard. That beat is insane, but Modern Jam is just like, it's like an old school beat bap. It's fire, dog. It's a banger, and all I can do is this when I hear it, you know? Boom, bum, 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 bum. That shit go hard, man. I fuck with it heavy. And I just bought the shirt today, the DJ shirt from the Utopia 2 drop. I also was able to buy the Air Force Ones, and I got one of the shirts from the first drop. It was like the black one with, it had like a pyramid, something of a pyramid. It's like a big thing with a pharaoh head on it, kind of. It was fire though. But then I seen the DJ shirt today. Oh my God. It got Annihilator, Room Shaker, some other shit. All the words that he says on Modern Jam are on the back, and they're all like kind of spray painted. It's fire. And the one thing I could say though, gotta come at you on this track. What the hell are these fucking St. Michael tees that are $150 for a t-shirt? I love you, my guy, but I can't spend $150 on one t-shirt. I'll spend $55 on a t-shirt with the snap of a finger. I'm kind of pissed off because I didn't get the one yesterday. It was a brown one that had like yellow Utopia, and then it had like, it looked like the St. Michael's tee on the back, the way the things were drawn graffiti, but I didn't pull the trigger quick enough. And then today when I saw that there was a new drop, it was still in my cart, and I tried to buy it and it just didn't go through. But I did make sure I pulled the trigger on the DJT today. That shit is fire, because Modern Jam is like, it's the banger on the album, and it's just fire. I fuck with it. Then I'm not gonna go exactly in order because this is where I might like lose track of exactly what song is which. But we got God's Country, fire. I love the beat on God's Country. They got Lost Forever on there, which is, it's from he had like a runway show, and I remember they debuted that there, and then The Big Tragedy comes. So like when I hear that song, I always think of that. I think of like the models walking down the runway for him, for Lost Forever, with this guy. Come on, I know his name. I'll get back to it. As soon as I think of it, West Side Gun. He rips it. He brings like that, the spirit, I don't know the words yet, but he got that ill bop and flow. You can tell it when you hear it. Yeah. And when I die, I got spirit. Something like that, you know, like a bum 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 bum. And I can rock with it. I like that song. He got I call the Echoes. It's like Despacito, something like that. Definitely rock with that. Beyonce's on the album. Let's talk about the features. Yeah, he got Beyonce on there. He got West Side Gun. He got 2 features from The Weeknd. He got Bad Bunny on there. He got freaking 2 features from 21 Savage. He got a lot of people on there. He got freaking Bon Iver. He got James Blake. I think James Blake's on there twice. There's just so many people on the album. It's like, damn, if you really were to look at how many people are on there, it doesn't even like feel like that many people are actually on there when you listen to it, because it's still a lot of Travis Scott. And to be honest, this is the best Travis Scott has ever been as far as bar for bar rapping on an album. He bodies a lot of these tracks, and you're like, damn, I never knew Travis Scott had it in him, because he's like a artist that likes to like use the melodies, and if you were to like write his words down, there's a lot of spaces usually. So in this one, I feel like he's rapping fast, he's fitting a lot of words, and he's fitting a lot of substance into his raps for once, and it's just real refreshing. It's great. This is something like when somebody says, yo, somebody that's never heard Travis Scott, if you were to play him this album, this would be the perfect one to play, because it's all smooth, it's all bangers, it's all fire. I have 0 complaints about the album. The few songs that aren't for me are for other people, so it doesn't matter, you know? And that's what it comes down to. It's like, all right, I'm not gonna like every single song, but can he make songs that somebody that hates all of his songs can maybe like one or two off the album? I think so. I think so. There's songs like My Eyes and maybe Lost Forever. Like, those are like, you know, like slower, happier songs for people that don't even like hip hop that they can get behind. You know what I mean? And that's what it really comes down to. It's like, did he accomplish something that will stand the test of times, and does this have actual replay value? And the answer is yes for both. So yeah, I just wanted to talk real quick about Utopia and how I felt about it. I'll go into a real in-depth like album review later. I just wanted to try this out and see how it went. So until next time, deuces guys, thanks for kicking it with me, and that'll be it.